Hello, lovely Saggies. How are you? Thanks for joining me for this, which is your reading for this week, leading up to the 28th of March, the full moon in beautiful Libra. So we're doing a shortened Celtic cross for you, and we'll go back through and clarify. Looking at central point basis, what's behind you, where you're at right now, and moving forward. So let's get cracking. Let's get cracking, Saggies. See what's happening for the beautiful archers. Can we have 3 cards just for this central point? Or any number of cards to jump for Sagittarius, please. Okay. We'll just get one more. Quickly go through those and we'll keep going. Keep the flow. Got to keep the flow going, it seems. Right. Okay, we get 2 coming out for the basis. Is it? Yeah. We're coming out starting blocks, of course, with the card of, in the Thoth deck, it is called Art, the card of temperance, of divine timing, of an alchemical process going on at the moment. Now, I would suspect there's been a process going on. I mean, if you think of anyone at any given time, there's always a process going on, but there is a divine nature to temperance. In the whole scheme of things, you know, the magician of time makes sure that your juices are at the right temperature or the right consistency or the right balance, you know, like pH. Don't know where I get that from, but anyway, crossing temperance, divine timing, maybe feeling like you're going through a waiting zone or a waiting period at the moment. We get the card of adjustment, which is a card of justice. You know, the dice, it's just what I'm getting. The dice are falling where they will, and it's just a matter of time. This new configuration of your energies, dear Sagittarius, this new configuration, something like that, is coming into, slot in, to fall into wherever it organically should, is what I get from this. Yeah, God, it's so convoluted sometimes, isn't it? The basis of this situation is the Star card, which is one of the most beautiful cards in any deck, actually, in any tarot deck, the Star. It is healing. It can be wishes being fulfilled or coming true as well. It is a card ultimately of healing, but of also been a having a very clear channel. Now, what I find interesting here, I mean, a clear channel, like a bridge, like a connector from one realm to another, from the heavens to the earth, from the planets to the earth. I find this interesting because 2 came out with this basis position, and I will keep going around and we will clarify, but we get the 2 of Swords, which is a decision to be made, a decision being made based on not what you see, but what you feel. So it really So the dice will roll and land where they organically will. Anyway, let's see what's behind you, lovely Sagittarians. Looks fascinating. So there's a timing involved, but you've done a lot of work. I mean, in terms of healing something. I do more so often see the star. It's not really wishes so much coming true in my mind. It's more a healing and opening up of more channels in order to receive. What's behind you, dear Saggies? We have the Queen of Swords. So we've had a period of time of being incredibly clear, incredibly precise in terms of whatever situation, scenario, or circumstance we are in. We've had the Queen operating with her one sword and her precision needle, the precision of the point of a nano needle, you know, it's that precise, it's that clear. You've embodied that. Currently, dear Sag, what's happening with Sagittarius after this sort of period? Interesting. Sagittarius. Wow. Look, all the big kahunas are coming for a big powwow at your place. This is what it feels like. Where we have in the central point as well, we have justice. And there's timing to this, but you've done some really good, juicy internal work. Current position, we get the Eon. Now the Eon in the Thoth deck is called the Eon. I meant to say that it's actually the Judgment card. So currently we see it's like being on the apex of something, if that's the right way of, just on the tip of the axis, and the axis is about to shift. Past, present, and future can join all at one point, all at once. This is really interesting because it would tend to suggest either a whole new cycle about to begin, certainly one ending. Let's see, moving forward, dear Sagittarians. It's a really funny day here. It's really still and kind of overcast, but anyway. Moving forward for dear Sagittarians, we've just had Judgment, the Eon. And it does feel like that, like all the it's too many, all the big chiefs are getting together for a powwow. Why am I getting that? Anyway, moving forward, please, for this beautiful general reading for Saggies, and we will go through and clarify, excuse me, Sagittarius. Moving forward, maybe just before the axis flips, spins, moves, shifts, we have a period of respite prior to this. Here we have the beautiful Hermit. We have the Hermit. I love this card. I love the Hermit. It is a natural, for some people it's a very natural element in their psyche. The Hermit archetype for some is a necessary, well, I mean, it's you know what your archetypal sort of patterns are, and some people do have the Hermit. It is about, shining a light on internally, going within to come to certain understandings. So we get that moving forward. I think that's a wonderful on one side to the other to have the Queen, and then we've got the Hermit. So in some ways, with the Queen's making a judgment on what she really is seeing around her and utilizing her ability to be incredibly precise and impersonal, which is a really good thing. At certain times, it's a really good thing. Then moving forward, so that's just past. Moving forward, we have this beautiful Hermit who's going inward, who's just taking some time. Really lovely. All right, so what are we interested in here, Saggies? Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the Eon at Judgment. Can we peel the layer back at this current situation for Saggies with Judgment, please, with the Eon card? I really would like to get some more on this. So we see the Hierophant, another big guy or girl, whatever, gender's not involved. So to clarify, judgment here, we get the Hierophant. We peel the layer back. Somewhere within this vantage point of being on the axis of a wheel, or whatever it is on the earth, we're there because we are really digesting a lot of what I consider, spiritual information, downloads, keys to access aspects of yourself, past, present, and future. If that sounds a bit wild, this is the way I look at it. These two cards together. The Hierophant could be a mentor of sorts for you at this time as well, Saggies. But it is a download of esoteric information that is personal to you, for you, about you, in relation to you. It's a new, before you enter into this new cycle, which you are or will be, this is necessary for the next phase. Whatever this information is to you personally, it's important. And you are ready to receive that. So let's just see the Hermit, please. The Hermit. Oh. Moving forward, we're shining a light inside. We're sort of having a little bit of a respite. Let's get one more card. And maybe dealing with some inner conflict. I mean, we get inner conflict. This may only, relate or resonate to a few people, but so we get the Five of Wands coming up in the moving forward Hermit position. And it is often, the fives are about conflict, but often I look at this card as, laying down boundaries, not only knowing your own boundaries, but boundaries for other people. Or towards not the right word. Just ascertaining what your boundaries are in relation to those around you also. And what other people's are. And also the Five of Wands can be that, it's like an internal sort of conflict of sorts. which is interesting, is this is all the stuff that when we go to the hermit, when we embody the hermit, it's all the stuff that's going on for us, you know. And with that, ascertaining boundaries, a slight internal conflict, we realise that a sense of detachment is key. So we've kind of gone from really detachment at its, that like this queen is quite the queen of detachment. So we've gone, we understand this is, you know, we understand this, and maybe this is part of our, this is actually part of us, you know, at this current time. Clearly detachment is a really good idea. We, not necessarily physically, but we walk away from 8 cups. We've gone through practically the whole suit in all its glories and all its pitfalls. We get to the 8 and, you know, our cups have sort of dissipated, a bit dried up, you could say. So we choose to be emotionally detached, because this can be very productive for us. It can be very useful. Sometimes it is a necessity. It doesn't mean that you're walking away physically from any situation or someone. It is about internal detachment, enabling you to figure out what you need to figure out. So I think that's really fantastic. Let's just see. We'll get a journey map for lovely, wow, for lovely Sagittarius out there, wherever you are, in the big cities, in the small places, in the small towns, in sunny places where it's still hot at night, to colder places where it gets dark at 4 in the afternoon. Wow. So beautiful, Saggies, we get. With the journey map, we get the captain. Look, this is really so much about going with your intuitive voice, with your intuition, the basis of this decision or choice that has been made, that will be made. The captain, you know, clearly we get out there, we're the captain of our own ship. This character, you know, sort of knows the depths from surface to bottom innately. I mean, just in his bones or her bones. Existing, this character exists between and within the moon and the tides, the rhythmical nature of that, the cycles of it, the vibrations of it. Everything is that is his bedrock, is actually this movement, this constant ebb and flow. So this is a beautiful card to get. It's that fluidity. It really is the fluidity that will, you know, is carrying you through this process, whatever this process is for you, Saggies, that the rhythms, you know, yours in relation to nature, these are the strengths that we can call on at certain times, whatever's going on for you. But let's get a little pixie and fairy as the icing on the cake, as the cherry on top. Ooh, what have we got? Wow, we've got whatever you want it to be, you know, in this deck. It's your wish. Make a wish. in this deck, there's a blank card left for you or the person to draw their own little fairy or figure or even themselves on it. I'll get one more card. So this is what you want it to be, whatever it is, whatever that is. Hang on. Whatever that is, my friends. Just remember, this is what we get. And it's the child card. It's a childlike card to remind us of the beauty and amazingness of laughter and having fun and the importance of having fun. So in all these transitions that we go through in life, beautiful Saggies, laughter is a wonderful, wonderful accompanying element, isn't it? Look, I hope you got something from this. We get what we get from the cards. Have a great week. Enjoy the beautiful full moon in Libra, and we'll see you next time. Okay. Thanks for joining me. Bye. Toodle.